Hey, girl. Hey, I can't even with you today.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? I
Dear
went to
listeners,
BJ's and they didn't have it in the deli section, so I was
dear
just like, oh.
listeners, Maim was looking for some summer sausage,
I wasn't looking for
pre-sliced,
summer sauce. I just had a little bit of
pre
like a.
a thing that I don't even know if it exists, right?
I just wanted to make like a little ghetto charcuterie board, over the weekend. So,
I
and I didn't feel
just,
like doing the
I've,
slicing.
I just want to let you know that I've been drinking since like 6 p.m.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking. Ooh, got my ass in Pennsylvania, and I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm drinking.
Dear listeners, the divine Miss Mims has returned to the great city of Langhorne, Pennsylvania. You can
Question mark?
probably hear the train going by right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh Country
And
roads,
dear listeners,
take me
I'm on the
home
12th floor of the Sheraton. I don't know
to a
how you're able to hear
place
that,
I
but you were.
belong. West Virginia, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I was just trying to, just improvising.
Girl, I'm just letting you know that I'm wearing this dress, but I'm not wearing underwear, so my balls are
Yeah.
sticking to the just sticking to this chair.
Yeah, little takoyaki balls. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably TMI for our dear listeners. Anyway, mate, what have you been up to? I'm here in Langhorne. What you doing?
Girl, I'm so excited. This is my first week of having almost no evening activity.
I
I'm so
know, I
happy.
know. Dear listeners, you can blame Maim for us not recording more this week.
With that, ah, wow, wow.
But dear listeners, I would like, because you are such dear Patreons, and we'll get to that in a moment because I haven't found a witty way to segue yet. We are recording, and next Friday we will have our first Patreon video out.
Mm-hmm.
Our next first Patreon vidya.
The next first,
The
the
next
first of its
first.
name.
Oh God, Mame, let me tell you what I think about Drag Race Canada.
Oh Lord.
I do not know how Jada Shada Hudson is still there,
And doing well.
and she's not doing well.
She's doing well.
She
I
was in
mean,
the.
like she was like third bottom. She's not like she's doing. I mean, she's doing better than you thought she was going to do.
Do you think she deserved to be in the? Do you think she deserved to be in the lip sync?
I think so. I think that she did not deserve it.
That she.
I felt that her musical performance more than made up for her misinterpretation of the outfit.
It was so cheap. It was so cheap. You could watch any, any other drag racer, and they would have been like, you know what? That's too cheap.
No, I understand that. However, in the musical,
Uh huh.
she was the second most strong performer. Like she was. She
No,
literally
she was third or fourth.
no,
Yes.
absolutely no. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think so. Her
It
vocal
was.
performance alone was the number one of the group.
Girl, we can't count that because it's all auto tuned.
Oh,
They made Irma sound great.
oh.
They made all of them sound great except for Frenchie, who can't speak English, enunciate English well enough to sound great.
I forgot about the auto tune factor.
Right. So what you heard raw back in the like previous cut was the real thing, where she did not sing that well.
She still sang better than most of them.
All right, there's six. Anyway, no, she sang better than like two of them. Um, Kimmy was better, and Veronica was better.
All
Oh,
right.
and the winner was better. What's her doodle? Fierce Delicious was better. So you got three people who are better than her.
I didn't. Me personally, I didn't actually think Fierce Lister was that strong of a singer when,
Mm-hmm.
like, in both the backstage and on the auto-tuned version,
Mm-hmm.
because hers was more of a talk sing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like I said, it's agree to disagree.
It's
Agree to disagree.
it's still, and like I want to go back to that outfit that she wore the previous time, which I understand was very poignant and very ugly.
I will say, now this is okay. So, brief yet controversial opinion. I would like
Uh-huh.
all of the queens of color.
Uh-huh.
Dear listeners, if you had forgotten, I'm also a person of color. I would really like for them to find a more elegant way of like making a stand on the runway, because these slapdash like outfits that they've been doing lately.
Girl, it didn't look any better than the one from America's Drag Race when she came out there. That first person, like it looked like, girl, if you had told me it was somebody doing like a rebel against BP for an oil slick, I would have agreed. Like it didn't. We went to the National. My husband and I went to the National Museum of Art, and there was a piece about racism that was basically what she was wearing. It was like a gray green background with like a slather of black oil down the center, without the faces. And you know what? It looked better. And I looked at it and I said, well, that's how you do Jada's dress correctly. And I walked away.
Oh my Lord.
Like I have feelings. It could also be the alcohol I've been drinking, girl.
Well, I mean, you have been expressing for like the last few weeks. So I'm sure that her not going home is not helping situation, because you've been done with her for a bit now.
You know, speaking of being done with things, dear listeners, we have a Patreon.
What? Shut your mouth. What? If you want segue.
If you want to send us some money, go to patreon.com. MrMahaffey.
About right, honey.
and throw us some money. Oh, hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast that we're recording directly after this?
What? Are you sure you're going to make it?
No, it's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast.
Oh boy. Got 30-minute episodes this week, everybody, just so you know. I don't know if Mims can hold out.
Hey, babe. Did you know that, in fact, we have some merchandising?
Merchandising.
Dear listeners, this is a JD episode too, Jesus Christ. If you go to MrMahaffey.com,
I was waiting for that.
You can buy a nice shirt or a nice sticker or a nice tote or a nice. You know, it goes well with everything. It sometimes needs a little A1 sauce, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Heinz 57, girl. Heinz 57.
It's ketchup with a kick.
Zesty, honey. Zesty.
Did you know that that's my sauce to choice?
It's mine too. I got so mad when they jacked up the price. I'm like, why is this so expensive now?
There are places in North Carolina that sell that Bobo version. I'm like, what is this? It's
that one that's pure vinegar.
But it's somehow still red sauce. How is it so thick and red? It just
honey and
like
food
vinegar.
coloring. Honey and food coloring, girl. Honey and food coloring.
But why is it not sweet? Girl, I got questions.
I tried that once. I was not happy. I was not happy at all.
They have it at Big Ed's. That's what they serve at Big Ed's. Oh, girl, have you ever been to Big Ed's?
No, what is that?
It is a breakfast restaurant.
Okay.
They finally took down the Confederate Memorial area. Next time we go up in there, we will go and we will get you the pancake that's the size of your head. Not your head. Your head's not quite big enough. You got a big old head.
I don't have a very big head. Literally, I was just complaining about that to myself because my headphones keep falling off of
This is season 3, episode 16, Mr. Meal Ticket.
I'm Julia Sugarbaker's. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Like, literally, I have it as, like, the smallest setting, and it's still, like, I can't keep a set of headphones on my head.
Oh, God. We're Sugarbakers.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlene is reading horoscopes.
Yes.
And Julia doesn't believe in them, Maim.
No, she doesn't. She's a buzzkill.
Yeah. And all that Charlene says is typical Scorpion. Doesn't even call her Scorpio, calls her a Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
Like they used to put back in the papers back in the day. Girl, what are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, I don't even know what that means.
Nobody does. Nobody cares about my specific one. It's literally the sign that nobody has any opinion about. I have literally, every year, I wait for it to roll around. And just to see, I'm like, is there anybody that's going to be shouting out Capricorn season?
Well, what? It's Capricorn season.
Right. Nobody says that. Like, the person I think that has ever done that is my cousin, and that's because she's, she shouts out everything.
Wait, which cousin?
The cousin. We're both Capricorn. We're only 20 days apart.
Lord have mercy.
Right. So she's all like, Capricorn pride, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, nobody cares about us. Like, we are the most boring of all of the signs.
Nobody ever says Taurus pride, which is what I am.
What? You obviously don't know enough black folks, because that's one of them. That's one of theirs. They go ham on that one.
Ham for the bull.
Ham.
Dear listeners, we would like to congratulate Sherry Shepherd for taking over for oh God, what's her name?
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams, Lord, my brain. Congratulations, Sherry.
We love Sherry Shepherd.
From our gay house to yours, we just want to say ham.
Ham.
People just really like the way she says ham.
It's the best thing ever. I can still send that to friends and we just start laughing immediately.
Did you notice who this episode was directed by?
No.
Hal Holbrook.
Ooh. That explains the pacing. Or lack thereof. It was pacemaker pacing.
So we find out that Charlene doesn't get what the hell am I writing? Oh, she doesn't get specific information. I did this on the train up, so I watched this on the train up from
you got this close, didn't you? You got this close.
Well, girl, I watched the other one today, just before this. So
never mind. I ain't gonna.
Anyway, we find out that Charlene doesn't get specific information about her life from the horoscopes. Mm-hmm. She gets that from Tova from Biloxi.
Tova.
We find out that Tova is a psychic nutritionist.
Yes.
And that Julia's not getting enough iron, and she's not getting enough, and Charlie's not getting enough fiber.
Just saying it out loud still makes me giggle. That's the funniest line of the whole thing.
So, Tova has a warning for Julia.
What?
Beware of a shoemaker on a red horse.
Oh my gosh, that's very specific.
Well, Suzanne's here.
Hey, Suzanne. Hey, girl. Hey.
And her membership at her health club has just run out. And rather than pay, she needs somebody to go in there and pretend to want to be a member and go through all the paces. Charlene, she asked Charlene to do it. Charlene doesn't want to go. She's already been twice. Last time she had to wear a hat and some sunglasses, and it was very uncomfortable in the spa then. And you find out that in order to get this, you have to have your thighs measured in front of everybody.
Yes. Which that sounds like a nightmare.
Well, Mary Jo's talking. She's not late for once.
Oh, that's a change. Thanks, Hal Holbrook.
JD is moving in.
I'm sorry, what? Are they going to be living in sin now?
Well, that's sort of what Suzanne thinks. She said, well, why didn't I know? And Mary Jo said, well, we've been talking about it all week, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Suzanne said, well, I must have been thinking about myself. It's Taurus season.
Yeah, what? Yeah. The Bulls, girl.
Well, he's only moving in for a week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just a week.
But they're not sleeping in the same bed, are they?
I mean, we gotta leave room for Jesus.
Yes.
Gotta leave room for the Holy Spirit.
Yes. Is that their plumber?
Gardener.
Yeah. Pulling up them tulips. Sorry. I'm sorry.
So let me tell you why I was a fat ass tonight.
Okay.
There's a pizza place right beside the Sheraton in Langhorne called Pizza Yeah.
Pizza, yeah?
Yeah, YEAH.
Okay.
It's run by a bunch of Hispanic people. I don't know. I don't ask questions.
That sounds nice.
Anyway, I went in there and I got myself a granny slice.
Ooh.
And a piece of sausage pizza.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? That one granny slice just was not enough after I'd already had 3 drinks and walking up in there.
Uh-huh.
So I got another piece. I got another granny slice. This one with pepperoni on it.
Yes.
And a tiramisu. So you know what? Then walked back to the hotel and had another beverage.
I'm glad you're wearing that Rose's dress even more now. Let it all hang, girl. Let it all hang.
It's all hanging right now. It ain't strapped into nothing but cheap polyester.
Yeah.
That's
that hard wearing polyester too.
It is. It is, girl.
It is hard wearing.
I'm just happy it doesn't smell like mothballs anymore.
I was really worried when you said you got this. I was like, oh no.
Girl, it went straight into the water at home. Like I took it. Yeah. I even washed my hands before and after. Like I washed, girl, after I left the Roses, they had some hand sanitizer. I put that stuff on. It smelled like my drunken Uncle Bill. And so I was like, I know it just killed everything. Probably made me drunk too. Yeah. So I went home, washed my hands, dumped the stuff into the washing machine using the bag, not using any of the touching anything. Threw the bag away and washed my hands again. I don't need scabies.
No, not anymore. No. Sorry.
Speaking of diseases.
Scabies?
No, let me just tell you, that monkeypox vaccine is no joke.
Oh no, why? What happened?
Girl, I was tired for 3 days, and I have a welt still on the back
Everybody
of my
has
arm.
talked about that. Yeah, everybody's talked about those whelps. Like, oh
Yep.
boy.
Yep. Have you gotten yours yet?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I have a friend who just gave me somebody's information to schedule a thing, not underground, but fast track it. So, but every time somebody talks about it, I'm like,
girl, just do it. Just fly up to Durham, see your brother, get it done real quick, and then fly back.
Girl. But I gotta get a second shot.
A month later.
Is it worth seeing my brother 2 times in 1 month to get the monkeypox shot?
Big Sister Maim, you heard it here first. Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Dang, Eddie, I don't know. Big Sister Maim, I don't know about that, girl.
God. Well, Charlene goes on a complaint ramble about how there's not enough cashiers in the grocery store, which gets a mild cheers from the audience.
Yes.
But nothing very big. I feel like that would get a bigger cheers now.
Oh wow! Could you imagine? Charlene was setting the standard 40 years ago. We would have known we would be right here where we are.
So Suzanne goes on a little tirade of why didn't you contact me and why don't you? You know that this is stupid because you do not have a contract with this man.
This was my favorite.
I mean, I have in my notes right here, Suzanne speaketh the truth.
Yes.
Like, you ain't married. You got nothing, like, to hold him there or anything. He can leave at any point in time, and you can, like, be sitting there taking care of everything. Now, this is more true whenever you fully own a house that you're relying on the partner for half the rent for, right?
Yes.
Not when you're married or something and, like, shit happens. Because shit happens, but...
Lord, that would put this in. I do think it was funny, though. I mean, obviously, this was, like, heavy-handed foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Like, seriously. But it was really, it was interesting because I did think about that. I was like, I wonder if people should do that even under this type of circumstance. Because you're right.
I don't know if it exactly applies to Mary Jo, because Mary Jo has been taking care of everything on her own already, right?
Yes.
If she had bought a new, more expensive house, yes.
I think would have been really cool. I mean, obviously this is in hindsight, but I would have loved for the other one, Scott Bakula, to show up like at some point because he heard about this. Because to me, I feel like that would have been an immediate thing that would have happened because he's kind of been weird about them in that relationship. Yep. But it was in hindsight, right?
Well, Julia then turns to Suzanne and says, Mary Jo doesn't feel like she needs to file a palimony suit every time somebody, just brushes up against her.
Like Suzanne.
And Suzanne's like, I've never filed a palimony suit. So Suzanne then says, who is taking that that health center tour for me? Anthony's here.
Of course.
Suzanne and Anthony argue about him doing this, and Suzanne just like literally follows him into the back room, to which Mary Jo says they really are America's sweethearts. And yes, they are.
Yes, they were at that time.
They really are. They are.
The country was obsessed with the two of them.
Yes, it was true. Like they were the Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant. Is that what you would?
I'm not sure if we'd go that far. No. But it is funny though, right? Because I mean, obviously we look back on that time and don't realize that even though it was the 80s, this type of relationship wasn't anywhere else on television. Not and like nowhere near happening. And I think that's part of the whole thing. I think that's part of like our fascination with the show is that it actually, in hindsight, it was very different compared to a lot of their. I mean, we have the fortunate notion that we still remember what was on television a lot of times.
There's a ring at the doorbell.
Who is it?
It's Joe Schumacher.
Wait. Oh, that's close to Shoemaker.
He hit Julia's car with his Mustang.
Oh, that's a horse.
It's yellow. Close enough.
I mean, technically, if you had actually been at a psychic, they would have said the exact same thing.
Have you ever gone to a psychic?
Nope.
Me either. So we're Mary Jo. Can you imagine me a psychic? Can you imagine me being a psychic?
Oh, I could imagine you being a psychic. Yes.
Very bad psychic, because
everybody would have a bad reading. Everybody would have a bad reading. They'd like the news would be covering like this high rate of depression in the area, and they're trying to figure out what's causing it. Like the emergency phone lines would be jammed. They're like, "What's going on right now?" And it's like, "Oh, Mims is doing readings now."
Yeah, they just all came to visit me. So we're at Mary Jo's.
And
they're unpacking Ted's wares. Not Ted, JD's wares. God.
That's why I said. That's why I.
Do you want a spoiler? Like do you want a spoiler, girl? Do you want a spoiler about this whole thing?
You didn't like this episode.
No. There's a different spoiler. It's about it's about the plot, the deep, involved plot of Designing Women.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Sure.
They break up next episode.
What?
My husband heard that. that. And Mr. Mims was like, thank God I never have to see JD again.
I always liked JD.
I did
personally.
not. I did not. Anyway, damn pack of turtle.
That poses a question, so I'm going to ask this. That does
Uh-huh.
pose a question. Of all of the relationships so far, which man is your favorite?
Anthony?
No. The romantic relationships.
It's probably it's probably a tie. I like Hal Holbrook and I like Major Dad. I actually really like Major Dad. I think that he and Suzanne are probably get along pretty well. He's an asshole and he's kind of repugnant, but she's repugnant right back, right?
Right.
So I think that theirs is probably the healthiest relationship. You know why?
Why?
Because they got divorced.
Okay, so Suzanne and Dash are our favorite couple, even though they're not technically a couple. All right.
Who's your favorite couple?
Oh, mine is also Major Dad. like, I love that guy. Like, I love that guy. He's great.
Yeah, like, and then probably next Hal, then probably Bill.
Sorry, I never.
Or maybe it's Ted and his wife, and then Bill, and then JD.
Ted and his wife. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not realize that your JD hatred was that deep.
I liked him back in the day. Rewatching it's painful. He's such a chauvinist. He is he's a chauvinist painted in a feminist body, and it's gross.
Yeah. I liked him better on that other show he did, the one where he and his brother were like detectives. That one was good. It was on before Designing Women. There's another. I can't remember the name of it suddenly, but it was a really famous show in the late 70s. It was part of that whole No. It was part of that whole like Starsky and Hutch era of shows. He and his brother were like detectives. It was very that 70s.
Whole Starsky and Hutch.
Well, you know what I mean. Like that whole like two dudes solving crimes, right? There was Starsky and Hutch,
Cagney and Lacey.
There was Chips. There was Dukes of Hazzard, right? Like all these.
I've never seen a full episode of Dukes of Hazzard.
What? I love that show. I am not ashamed to say I genuinely like it. When I go back and watch old episodes, it makes me actually like, you know what? The South is a terrible place that I don't mind laughing at now.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so they unpacked a turtle aquarium, and JD was fired.
I'm sorry, wait. Can you back up there? I heard turtle, and what was the other part?
JD was fired.
Oh,
he apparently recruited somebody with a temper. They threw a fastball at somebody's head, and the person was in the dugout.
Oh, okay. That's like a crime, right?
Yeah, Mary Jo is very worried.
I mean, I would be too.
JD's not.
That's very heterosexual man of him.
We're back at Sugar Bakers.
Okay.
And Suzanne is very upset with Anthony.
Why?
Because he signed up for the club.
Oh, I mean, I thought that's. Oh wait, I guess she doesn't want you to actually sign up for the club, but I thought.
Well, it's her special place, you see, and she wants to go there. She wants to be alone. She doesn't want anybody to judge her. She wants a place where she can just go without makeup or her hair on. She didn't say hair on, but you know it's true.
We know.
We know. We know. We all have wigs.
We all have
that
wigs.
Wig.
Yes.
Every drag queen has that wig.
That little tipping wig. Yes, honey.
Oh, not a tipping wig.
That's what it is.
You know, girl, I brought Miss Mims with me, as much Miss Mims I could pack. I couldn't find a way to pack a wig. It's like
a lot of the girls here, especially the ones that do tours and stuff, they literally ship it. Like they just ship it to the hotel that they're going to be staying at because it's just not. it's not feasible.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust them to lose it.
Well, I mean, on the train you can carry it yourself, but
Oh, that's true.
yeah, girl, yeah.
Well, they have like wig boxes.
Yes, girl, I did not want to spend the money for a wig box for my tour
Sorry.
to Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
Who knows? They could have like a monthly Miss Mims drag bingo or something like that.
Let me go to the only gay-themed place I've seen in the Langhorne, Bristol area, which is a florist.
You could have a drag brunch at the florist. Flowers for... Oh, wait, no.
Algernon, is that what you're getting ready to say?
That wasn't what I was thinking, because I was going for a rhyme, and I was like, oh, wait. Or I was going for alliteration, and I was like, oh, no, wait, let's stop.
Oh, God. So, Anthony is going to keep the health club thing because he's got high blood pressure in his family. He needs a personal trainer, and he is tired of using the heart rate machine at the Pizza Hut.
I remember those.
To which Julia's like, Anthony, isn't that place expensive? No, thanks to a federal injunction. They are now accepting men for cheap.
So it's funny when he said that, because I was wondering, like, if that was a real thing, because I was like, there's gyms for women everywhere,
Yep.
like, specifically, but I maybe back then that was a thing.
They were probably a public gym, and public gyms I don't think can do that. Like private gyms.
Yeah. I remember, what's that gym really popular? Curves. Remember that one? It was like,
you could be boy curves.
oh, you could?
Yeah.
I never saw them in the advertising.
Yep.
It was always women.
Oh yeah, it was geared towards women, but the creator was a man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a gym, there's a gym, I think it's still there, called the Zoo. And they had a specific room that men could not go into. It was like a workout area specifically for women that men weren't allowed to into. And I made the mistake one day because I didn't know that. And I walked in there just to I was like, oh, what's this?
Uh-huh.
And this lady just yelled from the machine, like, this is for women. I was like, okay, sorry.
You should have been like, girl, I'm here.
I'm like, you're bigger than me. It's fine.
Oh, God. So Suzanne then says, I give to the United Way. Why does this always happen to me?
I would agree with her.
Well, Anthony leaves, and Mary Jo is upset.
Why?
Next page. So Mary Jo says, I know, and Gloria Steinem, forgive me. Wait, what? If you care about a man, what if he's poor? Wait. Oh no, Suzanne says, if you care about a man, what if he's poor? How can you care about a man that's poor?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, sorry, let me take a step back.
Because they all start freaking out about him. About him
Mary
getting
Jo
fired.
says, if you care about a man, what if he's poor? And Julia's like, of course you care about him if he's poor. How poor are we talking?
Mm-hmm.
And Mary Jo then confesses completely about JD. And Mary Jo then says, Gloria Steinem, forgive me, the man should make money. He doesn't necessarily need to make more money or be the breadwinner, but he needs to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And then Suzanne reads everybody. It's like, Mary Jo, we all like to be taken care of. You picked someone who's a recruiter for Atlanta Braves. Julia saw all these artists and foreigners, ended up with Hayden. And then Charlene went with every little dog around, and then when it was time to actually be with somebody, picked the person in the military, in the Air Force, with really rich parents.
Yep. She'd have laid it out.
Laid it out. And then Suzanne quotes Darwin. And to which Julia says, Darwin Sanders, our old gardener. And Suzanne says, don't you read? And this is my favorite line of the entire thing. Julia says, yes, but you don't, so go on. And she talks about how women like to be taken care of, which is a reductive version of that. A very reductive version of everything Darwin ever said. But here we are.
Reductive. Very reductive.
So Mary Jo is like, it's hurting our relationship. I need to talk to him, and I'll put it to him gently. Well, JD's here, girl. JD's here.
Trying to get some grocery money.
And he enters with casserole. You forgot about that. He entered with casserole.
No.
Reminds you of your past, doesn't it? He fell asleep on the couch for a while and overslept. Didn't have time to make it to the bank. Again, feels very close to your home. And he needs $20 to go to the grocery store with. Mary Jo says, you've just got to move out.
Yes. Because it's been like 5 weeks now at that point, right? Like,
it's been
so
a long time, and she's just been dealing with it and dealing with it and dealing with it.
I just wish they had framed it more like, just instead of just the fact that he's a man, just like any person.
Yep.
Like, I mean, so because to me, I thought to myself, like, let's like put this on another dimension, right? So let's say that it's Mary Jo's sister, and Mary Jo's sister comes to temporarily move in with her, and then she loses her job. So after 5 weeks, is Mary Jo just going to be like not saying anything? Or is she going to, right? It's
or you know, to make it more poignant, let's make it one of Charlene's relatives that come up there for something, then lose their job, right?
Right.
But I guess we just had one of Charlene's relatives episodes.
And she was literally like, I'll do anything for you. like, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, I wish, because that's where the show often like, it's almost there. Like, it's almost there. And then it'll just do this weird thing where it's like, in trying to make a point, it really screws with dynamics a lot.
So we're at Mary Jo's again.
Hey, Mary Jo.
And JD is packing.
Is he packing?
No. They have a fight. And Mary Jo's like, well, after this, it'll be like it used to be, right? You know, back to where, you know, we live separately, but we still have fun together. And he's like, yeah, well, then why does it feel like we're breaking up? JD said, well, you're the one kicking me out. And then Mary Jo's like, that's not fair. Like, look, you this is not fair. You blame me for all this, but you aren't doing anything, right? You were sitting here. You were not doing anything. She takes a very Miss Mims approach to that situation.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And then JD says, well, you make the money, so you make the rules. Is that right? I mean,
this would have been a very different conversation.
I would have been like, you know what I would have said? You damn right. Now, you could either it contribute something. You ain't contributing anything. You get mediocre casserole. What is that all you got?
Girl, I wouldn't even gone there. If you go talk sideways, I'd be like, okay, great. You really got to go now because I'm about to hurt you. So you got to get out the house right now and don't come back. Don't come back. This is it.
Your earrings and your cock ring would have been off.
You gonna talk slick? You gonna talk slick? No. No. I'm done. Go. No, it would have been, because the thing is, to me, because this is that thing though, right? And once again, this is why I blame the writing more than the character, right? They do this to him all the time. Like, they do this to his character.
The writing is the character.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they write JD's character to be just awful.
Right.
Every time he gets pushed, he says things that are like, wow, this show really likes to paint him as like a monster. And I'm just think that it's in the scope of things, right? It's like they could have they didn't really deal with anybody else on the show. Any of the other men just about have that consistent like.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think like there were really cool moments where like he actually seemed nice and really whatever, but then it would be like, by the end of this episode, you're gonna hate him again. And
I,
Lord, how
but girl, you say this, and I feel like in the late 80s, early 90s, we were supposed to feel sorry for him.
No, I think so. This is all in hindsight now.
Yeah. So we're back at Sugar
Like,
Bakers.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Sugar Bakers, girl.
And
Y'all
Charlene is very nervous.
Why?
She invited Tova over for a reading.
Lord have mercy.
So then Julia sits Charlene down and reads her with an accent.
That was interesting.
So Charlene then, after reading them, was like, there's no real difference between psychics and psychiatrists. They are just people you talk to, help you through your thing. To which Julia's like, that's not exactly right. But Tova's here.
Yes. We didn't really get a chance to explore that too much.
She got lost on the way.
Ironic.
And Julia turns down her reading.
Oh, no.
But Mary Jo
it.
accepts it.
Oh.
Yeah. And it really does end up putting things in perspective for Mary Jo. Turns out her bullshit was easy bullshit to solve if you just, thought about for 5 minutes. So Julia picks up the bill. And now we're at Kroger. JD and Mary Jo are sitting there, and they make up, and they say that they're in a whole new stage of the relationship. Do 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 do.
Wish you hadn't made that spoiler now.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
I didn't really. Not a lot of the things stuck out this time to me.
What? The what?
Maybe I missed one. Which one are you thinking about?
Mary Jo's last outfit with the hat.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Girl, this has been 2 weeks in a row. You did not find yourself Miss Georgia World. Are you still finding Miss Georgia Worlds?
I am. I'm just like, I don't know. It's been weird. It's just been weird because it's like I'm trying to. Oh Lord, it's just weird because I'm trying my best to like. I don't know. I think it's because the outfits are changing a bit, and so it's kind of like I don't know. I'm looking for like that wow moment, and it might have just been for that also that now you mention it in hindsight, I'm like that might have also just been exhaustion from this episode. The fact by the time I got to the end, I was like not even.
Well, girl,
like,
I probably don't
there.
even need to ask. But did you enjoy this episode?
Not particularly.
Nah, girl.
No.
No. It was not good. There are a million ways to rework it. Make it. You know what? Make it be Dash come back. Make it be Suzanne that has to deal with it because it makes it a little bit more comedic and makes it easier. Are you okay? Because you're doing all kind of.
I put on lip balm.
Oh, it's not really popping.
I just did it for moisturizing.
Ooh, moisture.
I hate you. So are you all right? I just put on some.
Well, you're doing this.
I'm smacking my lips together. That's what you do.
You don't smack your lips together like this.
I do.
Look like an old woman without any teeth.
Okay, that's my aesthetic.
Well, babe, why don't you tell these dear listeners what corner they can find y'all to get a gum job?
Well, y'all. Nice to meet each one of you. I am your favorite relation, Auntie Maim. You can find me on the social media at Instagram at Auntie_Maim, MAIM. You can find me on Twitter at Maim Ministry. You can find me in real life. I do perform every week. I host a cabaret karaoke show called Amazing Colossal Karaoke at Kill Your Idol on Miami Beach. You can find me performing improvised comedy with the Villain Theater. You can find out about them at villaintheater.com. And I'm hosting a bi-monthly show called The Black Market, which you can find out more about them on Instagram at The Black Market MIA. And I think that sounds like all of it. So how about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me on Twitter at Divimus Mims. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
You can find it at patreon.com. Mims and Maim. Please feel free to go there and throw us some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
I heard about that.
It's called
somewhere.
You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Get it wherever you find your podcasts. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not yas, just ya.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You can find it at mimsandmaim.com.
Uh-huh.
Hey, babe, do you have anything else to add?
No, I guess not.
You guess not? Do you have something to add?
Well, I don't know. The last thing I said, you were like, what? I was like, I just said yeah.
I'm a
that's all.
judgmental cunt. What do you expect? Maim?
From your mouth, Lord have mercy.
It looked like you were frozen there for a minute.
The only thing that got frozen was my tongue, honey.
Well, why don't you just say goodnight, babe?
Good night, May.
Bye, y'all.